What's up? What's poppin'? What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another great episode of Symone with the Sports. I'm Symone, bringing you guys daily sports talk. So if you're new here, if you're old here, and you haven't already subscribed to my channel yet, make sure you stop what you're doing, leave a comment, subscribe, keep rocking with me. Also, make sure you check out the links down below. The first link is to buy me a coffee to help fuel this channel, help fuel this to some more wins and some quality wins today. Make sure you check out my second link, which is shop the official Symone with the Sports merch collection. Get you the classic tee, the wavy tee, or the fly or dyed crew neck that comes in green, white, and black for all my Birds fans. And lastly, y'all, turn your notification bells on because you already know the videos are coming like boom, 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 boom. And you don't want to miss a single video or a single live stream. But guys, we got to get into all this G that happened tonight. First of all, it was a massacre. It was a massacre in Philly, and it's not even that much for me to say, but I have a heck of a lot to say. First of all, this is what I'm telling y'all, and I'm not saying I'm telling y'all like y'all not listening, but this is what I keep reiterating. The Nets team, they're now 34-33. That's a dangerous ad team. I know we try to act like the record does not reflect what this Nets team is really about. And we got that shit punched in our mouth tonight. And I think we all know that. It's freaking Kevin Durant. Just alone Kevin Durant. Just alone Kyrie Irving. But Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving together is a recipe for disaster for opposing teams. And we felt that shit tonight. Now look, y'all. Final score, I don't know. I cut it off with about 2 minutes left. It was 98-28 when I cut it off. Let's dive into all the stuff. So this is the end of that tough Eastern Conference series I was telling you guys about. Saturday we played the Magic. That should be an easy dub. But y'all, tonight was a mess. But I wanted to go 3-1 in this series, and the series I keep talking about was now concluded with the Nets. It started with the Cavs, the Bulls, the Heat, and then or was it the Cavs, Heat, Bulls? Anyway, Cavs, Bulls, Heat, and Nets. I wanted to go 3-1 in that series. We ended up going 2-2, losing to the Heat and the Nets. Now we are, well, before the game, we were the number 3 seed. We already had failed to the number 3 seed because the Bucks were doing a lot of winning. Now we're the number 3 seed. We are tied in wins with the Bulls and the Celtics. So we're all tied up in win totals with the Bulls and Celtics, even though we're the number 3 seed. But let's talk about this G. First of all, I knew something like this was going to happen. How'd I know? Because it was a whole bunch of narratives and a whole bunch of drama going around. Oh, Ben Simmons coming back to Philly. Now, I know the players weren't worried about that G, hopefully. But it was just too much of a perfect storm for the Nets to punch us in the mouth, because we were so worried about booing Ben Simmons, and not we, y'all, because I wasn't at the game. And if I was, I wouldn't be booing, okay? I've never booed anybody, okay? Not off this video. In real life, off the cameras, at a real game, I've never booed anybody, especially a good-ass team. Why are we booing Ben Simmons knowing that the Nets team has so much already pent up aggression that they're ready to take out on us? First of all, this Nets team did not come to play around, and we did not set the tone right at Wells Fargo by booing them immediately when they came out. First of all, that Nets team is fueled with bad guys. KD, bad guy to a franchise, the Oklahoma City Thunder. He's been there before. He's been coming to an arena his first time back at OKC after he's left. He's been booed 1,000 times and whatever. That just makes him play harder. Kyrie Irving, the same with the Celtics. Kyrie just got booed 2 nights ago at the Celtics. That booing and that angry fan energy fuels guys like KD and Kyrie. So I don't know why we were booing and doing all that extra G, knowing Kyrie and KD was going to take that out on us, especially since they were going up against James Harden, who we know they got a little bit of beef with. Now, when I say beef, I don't mean it's on site for them guys off the court. But you know they wanted to stick it to James since James asked for a trade out. You know they wanted, that's just regular competitive environment. They stuck it to James, y'all. James Harden stunk that sheet up in the first half. He stunk it up. KD, Kyrie went crazy. We already know that. They scored 130 points. I believe 128, 130 points in total as the Nets. KD and Joel Embiid were chirping. Joel Embiid was getting frustrated because KD was getting whatever he wanted. Andre Drummond freaking went out in the first half. He had to spend a lot of time on the bench, and the Nets never slowed down. Even with Andre Drummond and even without Spencer Dinwiddie, they were lacking a big man for at least half the game, and it did not show. We should have dominated. We should have feasted down low. But what is the problem, and the problem that's going to keep persisting for this Sixers team? We don't have no freaking shooters. Besides James freaking Harden, who do we have that's a shooter? First of all, we lost Seth Curry, Seth Curry with the freaking pot tonight cooked us. It was so many storylines going on. The Nets were just ready to stick it to us because KD and Kyrie were ready to stick it to James Harden. Freaking Andre Drummond and Seth were motivated playing against the Sixers that just traded them. So they were all motivated tonight. Super motivated. They made us look like clowns. And they really exposed our biggest weakness, which is not having shooters. Y'all, it'd be so many wide open threes. Boing, 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 boing. If the shots aren't falling, we don't have sheet. And the shots weren't falling tonight. Wide open, Niang, boing. Wide open, Tyrese, boing. Wide open, Matisse, boing. Wide open, FURKAN, boing. Shake, boing, 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 boing. Wide open shots. Wide open shots. And I'm saying, when we get to the playoffs, Dashy, he can't fly. One thing in the playoffs, shots need to fall. Shots need to fall in the playoffs. We don't have any shooters. We don't have that knocked down. Only one we have is James Harden. And if James Harden isn't on 2,000%, then what are we? Trash. And if James Harden is not having an incredible night, which he didn't tonight, then we don't stand a chance because he's our only knockdown shooter. So, boo, Weezer, Jeeza, Louisa, Khadija, I don't even know what to freaking say, y'all. That was a massacre. The Nets weren't playing around, and Ben Simmons was having a good old time on the bench, y'all. Ben Simmons was turned up, piped up. He said, I'm back, baby. Where the love at? He was having him a good time on the bench. And I would too, because you boo people after the game, after a loss. We shouldn't have led the game off with booing. You know they was going to stick it to us. KD, Kyrie, they're not to be played with. They're not to be played with. And their others were knocking down shots. Bruce Brown made some tough shots. Claxton, I heard his name so many times in the first half. Knocking down tough layups, finishing at the rim. I'm like, Patty Mills was knocking G down. Goran Dragic knocked one down. Whole lot of shooters. And we had some real problems. But y'all, like I said, we outside of Embiid, we're still lacking that big, we're lacking a true, real backup five. We're missing Drummond. We're missing Seth Curry. We're missing Drummond and we're missing Seth Curry. And I'm like, shoot. But y'all, freaking we. The amount of pettiness on that court tonight, y'all, was like, I could feel. If you made it this far in the video, first of all, shout out to you. But y'all, I could feel the pettiness on the court. KD and Joel was going at it. Seth staring down the Sixers bench. Ooh-wee! It was spicy. And Kyrie started the game off. A couple of minutes of the game went right over James Harden's head for the three. The Nets did not come to play with us, y'all. And I'm scared because if we have to play the Nets are still the 8th seed right now. Right now, they'll be playing the Raptors in the play-in. If we have to play the Nets in the first round, but y'all, our shooters gotta knock G down. Point blank, period. Wide open shots need to be knocked down, period. This late in the season, this close to the playoffs, knock down your shots. That's all I gotta say. Too many wide open opportunities. Too many Tobias Harris just disappearing, forgetting he's even out there on offense. But y'all, whatever. Like this video, leave a comment, subscribe, whatever. Check out my links down below. We got to get this win against the Magic, point blank, period. Yeah, that's all I got to say. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts. Bye.